Okay, everybody, thanks for checking out Uncensored Tactical. Today I'm doing a couple different part video series for my everyday carry, for what I keep on my body, what I keep in my throw bag, and what I keep in my vehicle, whether I'm on shift or whether I'm in my civilian car. So I actually have two identical sets of everything that I keep with me, because that's kind of my thing. Alright, so here we go. Everyday carry on my person. So if you're in law enforcement or military, your everyday carry would be your first line gear, so what you have in your pockets, what you have on your immediate belt, maybe what's around your neck, what's on your wrists, all that stuff. Just you standing there, what you got on you. That's specifically without extra body armor and without extra bags and backpacks. So for most people, whether you're on shift or off shift, you're going to have your car keys with you and a wallet. And in mine, I keep, let's do this one first, it's quick. I keep 3 Sparrows Rockout keys on my personal vehicle key ring and on my law enforcement key ring when I'm working. They are jigglers, so what you do is you put this in an automobile keyway, if it's the correct type of keyway that will allow this. Put it in, and the scientific term is you just kind of jiggle it around until the door opens. That's something that I love teaching in my classes. This is a 1284X key. This does not go to my work vehicle, but it does go to the most prolific, I guess, automobile Ford Crown Vic keyway or Ford keyway for any vehicles that are keyed alike. I'm hoping that a lot of departments are catching on to that fact. If you just Google 1284X, you'll probably find a Deviant Olin video for a talk that he does. That's on my website, and that'll be a link in today's article. I would definitely check that out to get a little bigger of a picture of what this really is. So that's my key ring, and in my wallet, behind where I would keep my ID, I keep a set of Sparrows mace picks. So you have a hook pick, you have a triple rake pick, and the backs of each of these can serve as a tension wrench, and they're really nice. Here, let me re-zoom for you. They're really nice because they have these little notched edges, so they really grab onto a keyway really well. So you have 2 tension wrenches, a rake, and a single pin pick. And the Sparrows mace pick set also comes with a ton of really good tension wrenches. So this is one of the most thick and fattest tension wrenches that come in the set. You can see it's not skinny. And it has a really good bite on the doorway, and the reason I chose the really wide one is because also in my wallet I keep the set. I got this from ITS Tactical. I know that Sear Pick also sells it. So this is a double-ended tension wrench, and the first one we have is bent over, as if you take it on a flat edge and you bend it. There's a 90-degree bend in it. This has a 90-degree curve in it. You can see the profile is different. So that gives me 2 different options. I can go 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the keyway with this, and I can go 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock with this one, and then 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock with this one. And it gives me a deep tension set and a shallow tension set. And they're really similar, but this ITS one in my right hand is a little bit thinner of a profile, so it's pretty good for top of keyway. Someone asked me about that recently. So now I have 1, 2 down there, 3, 4 right here, 5 different options for tension wrenches to shove into the keyway. I have 1 rake, 1 single pin pick. Sorry for the shake. I have another single pin pick. I have another rake. This is just a double Bogota rake. Then I have a triple and a quadruple. Oh, man. And to be honest, I hardly ever use this quadruple. I'll usually use the double and maybe the single right here, these 2. And those 2 are my favorite. And I kind of mix and match my sets for the keyway when I get the feeling, and I kind of figure out what kind of attack I want to do on it. So I have all these options here. This thin jiggler will sometimes work in a regular standard pin and tumbler keyway, but it's got to have enough room to really mess with it. Filing cabinets, this is great for. in the back pocket of this, when I bought it, it was empty. So I said, hey, I know the Sparrow's hall pass is about a credit card size. So I use this as a bypass method. So I hook this onto the door latch and I pull the door latch out of its set, and that gets me into most doors. We will be teaching, I have a video in the pipeline soon that'll publish. It's how to bypass a latch system and a lock that will not allow you to bypass it, and a secondary bypass to fuck up that locking system and able to get through a locked latch with a bypass. So if that sounded a little confusing, it's probably because I stuttered it a little bit, but it's also probably because there's a couple different steps to it and the terminology is not so easy to roll off the tongue. So this is another bypass. It's a shim. The only thing I don't like about it is it's a little too thick. So let me grab, so this I keep in my wallet and it's nice to have, but I do prefer a different type of bypass shim. And this is from Sparrows, but they also, Brockage, if I'm saying that correctly, also makes it. And they have two different thicknesses. I've done a couple of videos on these before, so the more clear one is more thin. And this might be tough, but yeah, one almost disappears. You can see, hopefully, the difference between the two. So this is the one I prefer, and if it's not enough, I'll fold it over. And now it's double thick. I can use that on the same latch. If that doesn't work, I'll use the thicker one, and if I need more tension on that, I'll fold this one over. And this one is my thickest option. It's a little bit tricky trying to figure out how to put, oh, sorry for the shake, trying to get that tension to work with this hinge in the middle, but it is nice to have in your wallet just in case. So that is, let me take a double check, yep. All these things here are my wallet and my keys, and that's my everyday carry for what's on my person, so that's my first line gear. If you're in law enforcement or military, your first line gear would also extend to what you normally keep on your gun belt. So you can probably fit a lot more on there. But the nice thing that I like about lockpicking is you don't often need huge tools to get through what you feel or what most people think are secure locks. So there's a lot of different options here. 2 different bypass options, a bunch of different tension wrench options, a bunch of rake options, 2 different single pin picks, a couple different jigglers you can use for automobiles and for some looser, cheaper locks. And a master key if the vehicle is the correct type of vehicle that will allow it. So that is all the stuff that I keep in my pockets. So check out our next video where we're going to expand our carry capability with a backpack.